Okay, so what if I told you that one of the most profound stories about enlightenment wasn't told by a human sage or a philosopher, but by a tiger? That's the incredible journey we're about to get into. And trust me, this is way more than just an animal story. It's a deep, powerful fable about our own spiritual journey, all seen through the eyes of a magnificent predator.
And this is how we meet our narrator, Raja. Right from the get-go, you know he's not some cuddly cartoon. He is a force of nature. This quote says it all, doesn't it? It's pure power, pure instinct, and that total arrogance that comes with being at the very top of the food chain. This is the voice that's going to guide us through this whole wild tale.
Now, the stage for this incredible transformation is the legendary fictional town of Malgudi. It's the masterpiece of the amazing Indian author R.K. Narayan. And Malgudi, it's not just a backdrop. It's a living, breathing place that kind of holds all the complexities and traditions of India in one small town. It's the last place on Earth you'd expect a tiger to have a spiritual awakening, which makes it absolutely perfect.
So, let's start where Raja's story begins, with him as the undisputed king of his world. See, to really get the transformation, you first have to understand the incredible height from which he's about to fall.
Out there in the Mempi forest, life for Raja is simple and it is brutal. It's all about survival and dominance, and he is defined by his incredible strength. He has nothing but contempt for pretty much every other animal, and he strikes terror into anything that crosses his path. This is his kingdom, and he is its absolute master. No morality, no questions, just the raw law of the jungle.
But even in this raw, wild state, we see the first little spark of something deeper. Raja actually asks himself this question. And that's a stunning moment, right? A flash of self-reflection. It's a hint that there's a consciousness in there, one that's starting to wonder about its own violent nature in a world filled with both beauty and brutality. This one question, it sets the stage for everything to come.
And what comes next? Well, it arrives with a sudden, violent crash. Raja's entire world gets ripped apart. He's torn from his kingdom and thrown headfirst into the chaotic, baffling world of human beings. The shock of this new life is just absolute. I mean, think about it. The endless freedom of the jungle? Gone. Swapped for an iron cage. His incredible power? Traded for daily humiliation. The deep, profound silence of the forest gives way to the loud, stressful noise of people. And his pure animal instinct is twisted and forced into performing stupid tricks. It's not just a change of scenery, it's the complete destruction of his identity. And the humiliations he suffers are just gut-wrenching. He is systematically broken by the ringmaster, a guy known only as Captain. He's starved, he's forced to do something completely unnatural like drinking milk right next to a goat, his natural prey, and he's whipped into submission over and over. His very soul as a predator is just crushed and exploited for entertainment.
But here's the thing. It's from this absolute low point, from inside this cage of humiliation, that the story takes its most important, most powerful turn. And escape leads Raja not back to freedom in the jungle, but toward an encounter that will change his soul forever.
So in the middle of all the chaos of his escape, Raja ends up hiding in a school headmaster's office. The whole town, as you can imagine, is in a total panic. But then a man appears, a Hindu sage known only as the Master, and he shows zero fear. He just calmly walks into the school, and with this incredible authority that just blows everyone away, he pacifies this huge, terrified, and very dangerous tiger.
So, how does he do it? Not with a whip or a chain, but with an idea, a huge fundamental concept, karma. He somehow communicates to Raja that all his suffering, the cage, the whip, the humiliation, it isn't random. It's a direct result of his past actions. It's a cosmic debt that he is now paying off.
This is the key that unlocks everything for Raja. The Master reveals this universal moral law. Whatever cruelty you inflict, you will eventually feel. The life you take, you have to pay for it, sooner or later. Raja's time in the cage is the direct karmic payback for the terror he once spread as the Lord of the Jungle. You're probably wondering, how on earth does a man explain karma to a tiger? Well, this is where the story gets really mystical. The Master has these incredible yogic powers that let him communicate directly, mind to mind. He isn't speaking to Raja's ears. He's speaking directly to his soul, transmitting these huge truths in a way the tiger just instantly understands.
And this amazing communication, it kicks off the final and honestly the most profound part of Raja's life,
his journey from being a simple animal to becoming a truly enlightened being.
So just think, he started out as a creature that was defined by his fierce makeup, a being of pure, violent, raw instinct. And through the Master's guidance, he is completely transformed into an enlightened soul, someone who can understand the deepest mysteries of life and death.
The Master essentially guides him along a spiritual roadmap. It starts with control, where Raja learns to get a handle on his primal rage and hunger. That leads him to understanding, where he finally gets these massive ideas like karma and rebirth. From there, he achieves detachment, realizing his tiger body is just a temporary shell for his eternal soul. And the final step, liberation, or moksha, the ultimate goal in Hindu philosophy, a state of perfect, lasting peace.
And you can literally hear the transformation in his own voice. The arrogant, terrifying Lord of the Jungle is just gone. In his place is this being who's feeling a peace so deep that his physical body doesn't even feel that important anymore. He's seeing the world with a whole new kind of clarity, a kind of joy he never, ever could have imagined back when he was king. So why does this story about a tiger's enlightenment hit so hard? Well, because in the end, it's not really about a tiger at all. It's about us.
Raja's entire journey is a giant mirror for our own spiritual lives. We all start with a fierce makeup, right? Our own mix of ego, instincts, and desires. The story is telling us that we too can tame that inner tiger, that we can evolve from being an unmitigated animal driven by our passions to a mitigated animal guided by wisdom and peace.
The lessons we can take away from this are so powerful. It teaches us that our bodies are just temporary shells for our souls, and that our spiritual journey is ultimately up to us. And yeah, a great teacher, a master can help awaken that potential, but maybe the most hopeful message of all is that even the fiercest terror can find enlightenment. It suggests that this path is open to every single one of us. The story ends on a note that's both sad and beautiful. The master has to leave, explaining that separation is just a natural law of life. But he offers this incredible comfort of rebirth, this profound idea that after they both pass on and shed their forms, their souls might just find each other again in another life. And that leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. If a tiger, a creature we think of as pure instinct and violence, has a soul that's capable of such an incredible transformation, what does that say about the potential that's lying asleep inside each and every one of us? What's the tiger inside your soul, and what journey is it meant to take?